dog Chihuahua won't stop peeing on my bed. Although our lovable Chihuahuas may not score that high on the intelligence scale, they are still somewhat smart and they really do want to please us. And you should have no problem potty training them as long as you're consistent, and especially if you start early on. If you want, you can watch my potty training video with the link above. However, I do still get a lot of comments from people who have problems potty training their Chihuahua. And the most troubling accidents are when they go potty in their bed, or worse yet, in yours. Ew, gross. Why are you doing this?
Bruce, did you go potty on your bed? Did you go potty on your bed?
Well, I do know how frustrating this can be, and I know sometimes it makes us feel like pulling our hair out. You might be tempted to scold and yell at your tiny companion. I mean, it does sort of feel like they're breaking our trust, or maybe they're just getting back at us for leaving them home alone all day. Just remember, those are all human emotions and not necessarily dog emotions. But for the most part, they probably won't understand why you're scolding them, and it could even just feed into their anxiety in the first place. Well then, what do we do to fix the problem? Okay, so before we get there, let's try to understand what the root of the problem is. Step one would be to make sure that there's no physical reason why she would all of a sudden be going potty where she shouldn't be. Have your Chi checked out for bladder problems, infections, or even just the normal signs of aging, such as bladder control issues. All the fun things we have to look forward to with age. However, once those physical reasons have been eliminated, we can look at other possibilities. First, your Chihuahua might be marking her or his territory, especially if you're finding little squirts of pee here and there throughout the house. Geek. Second culprit could be anxiety. Yes, an anxious dog can just let loose sometimes. And we know Chihuahuas do tend to have a nervous disposition. Third would be hiding her scent. Dogs and wolves in the wild will often pee on top of other dogs' pee. We've probably all seen that. One dog comes up and pees, and then like another one comes up behind and pees right on top of it. This evolutionary habit hides one dog's scent with another, making their scent harder to distinguish. This is especially true if she's going wee-wee on your bed. She smells your scent and she's just trying to blend in. Fourth, especially with a new dog or a puppy, she might just be feeling vulnerable with unfamiliar people and places. If that's a problem, just give her a little more time and she'll eventually warm up to her new surroundings. Just make sure you give her a lot of love and attention. And fifth, it could be she's just not given frequent enough potty breaks. If your daily schedule is inconsistent, it's going to make her potty schedule inconsistent, which can be a little bit difficult for them. As much as she wants to hold it in, she's eventually going to have to go. I mean, when you gotta go, you just gotta go, right? So if you're thinking you've identified one of the problems, what can we do to fix it? First off, try to always be consistent with the potty breaks. She will need a routine, but consistency is the key. First thing in the morning, right after food, and last thing before bed. And I would do a couple breaks in between too, just in case she can't hold it long enough, but those are the typical times that she'll have to go. If you have a routine and you follow it, her body will eventually follow it as well. Second, make sure that you thoroughly clean up any mistakes that she might have. If it's in her bed, make sure you wash the bed. If it's in your bed, make sure that you wash all the bedding and the sheets. You don't want any of the urine smell to build up because that smell actually reinforces in her brain that that is where she's supposed to go potty. So that's why it needs to be cleaned up right away if she does have an accident. Third, if it's your bed where she's having the accident, then simply don't let her go up there. Maybe a little supervised playtime in the bed is fine, but make sure to put her outside to go potty immediately after, and praise her when she does. And fourth, you might have to reintroduce the potty training steps. This may include crate training, limited access to the entire house, being consistent, and reestablishing potty time routines. There's so much noise and the neighbors are noisy. As her human, you set your own standards and expectations. Don't yell at her or scold her. This will only reinforce anxiety and uncertainty, right? Yeah. This will only reinforce anxiety and uncertainty with your lovable little baby. So if she does have an accident, just clean it up thoroughly and then reestablish your potty time routines. With these steps, your problems should eventually go away, along with your headaches. Being a pet owner of an indoor dog does take a little extra effort. But in the end, with some consistency, you and your Chihuahua will live in a harmonious home.
Puppers.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm super excited about the growth of our Chihuahua lover community. So also you might want to consider clicking the bell for alerts. I try to post 2 videos per week, one midweek and one on the weekends. Make sure to give your little Chihuahua a kiss from me and Bruce. Bye.